Hi, my name is Jen. Welcome to Pilates in a Flash. This is a 30-minute intense Pilates workout. Today we're going to be working our abs, our obliques, as well as our back and deeper hip muscles. There will be some challenging and more advanced moves, so if you feel the need to modify, absolutely do it. You can go at your own pace and take a break if you need to. Your prop today is going to be a pillow. Okay, so you're going to have to go and get yourself a fairly light pillow. So go and grab a pillow. Make sure you're going to work out in a nice safe space, so clear away anything that might be in the way. And we're going to start with our lying down on our backs on the mat. All right, let's get started. Okay, so take a nice big deep breath. Fill up those lungs. Start to feel your ribs connect to the mat. So breathe in. Bring the breath in left and right. And a nice big sigh to help get the lower ribs down on the mat. Okay, another big deep breath in and out. Arms can be down by the side. As you take your nice big deep breath in, I want you to think about a neutral spine and a neutral pelvis. So your head is on the mat, your ribs are on the mat, you have a little curve in the low back, so there's a little space there off the mat, and your pelvis is fairly level. So you can bring your hands to your hip bones and your pubic bone to feel if that pelvis is fairly level, okay? Breathing in one more time. Nice and deep, trying to feel at the back of the ribs between the shoulder blades. Let the air out of the mouth. We're going to start by moving our arms today. So we're going to bring our arms overhead and then back down towards our hips. And our arms come overhead and back down towards our hips. So while we do this, we hold our spine in neutral and our pelvis in neutral, okay? And that means that we have to start to connect to our abdominals and our obliques, our low belly, to hold everything nice and still and firmly anchored to the mat. So your ribs are anchored down between the shoulder blades all the way down towards your natural waistline, and that pelvis is nice and level. It's not tipping or moving while we move our arm bones. Good. We're going to go for 3. Breathe in. Start to pull the belly button towards the spine. 2. Low belly down towards the back of the pelvis. 1. Good. We're going to scissor the arms. Okay, I want you to flex the hands nice and strong. Straighten up the arms. Think about engaging the triceps to keep those arms nice and strong and straight. As we move our arms, again, our spine stays in neutral. Watch your breastbone is not rising up towards the ceiling. It's heavy, and the back of those ribs are firmly planted down and holding there by engaging your abdominals, pulling the belly button down towards the spine. We're going to go for 5. Really stretch the fingers long. 4. Strong triceps, back of arm. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. From here, I want you to relax your arms. I want you to put a small bend in the elbows. Your hands are going to start crossed over your belly button and on your hips. You're going to slide your arms up over your head, then back down towards your hips, circling your arms as if you're taking off a shirt. So we're just looking for feeling and movement in our shoulder blades. Keeping a small, slight bend in the elbow the whole time. And of course, being mindful if there's any twinge or tweak or pain. Don't go the full movement if there is, okay? Try to go maybe halfway and then stop. We're going to reverse, so we're going to come in and down towards the hips, then back out. Soft bend in the elbows the whole time. Feeling for that movement of the arm bone and the shoulder blades, but our spine isn't moving. Breathe in. We're going to do 1 more. Out and around, then down. Arms are going to come back up towards the ceiling. Okay, we're going to reach for the ceiling, and then we're going to drop the arm bones down towards the mat. Reach for the ceiling, drop the arm bones down towards the mat. We're going to go 4, reach for the ceiling, The space between the hands don't change. We're going to do 2 more. We're going to do 1 more. Excellent. We're going to take those hands, we're going to put them back behind our head. We're going to level our pelvis, so pull our low belly down. We're not going to clench our glutes. We're going to keep our eye on our breastbone, and we're going to do a little tiny ab curl and then uncurl. Little tiny ab curl and then uncurl. So starting to do a small amount of flexion in our upper spine, thinking about keeping our chin tucked in the whole time and our eyes low on our body. So it can be our breastbone, belly button, or pubic bone. It's handy to look at our pubic bone as we come up to notice that it's not moving. So we're not flicking our pelvis towards our breastbone. We're never flattening out that little curve in the low back unless I tell you we do, okay? So we hold that little curve there by keeping our pelvis level and by supporting it by pulling my belly button down towards my spine. We're going to go for 5, eyes on breastbone, 4, shoulders away from the ears, so drop the shoulders, 3, 2, push that breastbone back behind you, 1, we're going to hold it up here, so we're going to do a little pulse, we're going to come halfway up and down, halfway up and down, so we aren't pushing our body to go higher than what we were going before. We're just going halfway up and down, okay? We keep the low ribs anchored on the mat, and we really think about pushing that breastbone back behind us so we have that nice curve. That curl in that upper spine is what's going to activate the upper abs. The low belly is working to hold that pelvis still. My glutes are not engaged. We're going to go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, eyes on breastbone, 1. Good, little tiny break. Arms come up towards the ceiling, hands clasped together. We're going to rock our rib cage one direction, then bring it back to center. Rock our rib cage the opposite direction back to center. We push into our left sit bone when we go right. We push into our right sit bone when we go left. Keep moving through the rib cage for 3, for 2, pelvis doesn't move, 1, excellent. Hands come back behind the head. We're going to do that ab curl again, come on up. Now I want you to move that breastbone over to the left, straighten up, over to the right, straighten up, uncurl. We curl up, eyes on breastbone, keep the little curve in my low back. We just move the rib cage, elbows stay really still, shoulders stay away from the ears, uncurl. We curl up, we do it again. We go with our breastbone left, we go with our breastbone right. I'm not pulling my arm bone across my face, my arm doesn't move. It only moves because my ribs are moving back down. Keep going, curl up, left, right, uncurl. Don't smush out the little curve in the low back. Ribs move, pelvis doesn't. Good, we're gonna go for 3. We're going to go for 2, uncurl, curl back up. Okay, we're going to do 1 more rep. Uncurl, curl back up. Okay, left and right, uncurl. Great. Arms down by our side. We're going to take those feet. We're going to push up into bridge. We need to activate our hamstrings and glutes. Breathing in, push into feet, lift on up. You're going to lift on up. You're going to pause at the top for me. I want you to articulate your spine down vertebrae by vertebrae, trying to find some movement through the spine, having the pelvis be the last thing that touches down. Push into feet, pelvis lifts up in a neutral bridge, meaning that pelvis is fairly flat, almost like a plate as you lift it on up. Hold, keep pushing into feet as you lower slowly down, pulling the belly button in towards the spine, having the low back go down, then the pelvis. One more time. Push into feet, lift on up, pause. You're going to lower on down, vertebrae by vertebrae, mid-back, low back, pelvis, back to neutral. Little curve in the low back, push into the feet, pelvis comes up like a plate. Pause. You're going to push into your left foot and your right shoulder. You're going to tap your heel on the right side for 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to push into your right foot, left shoulder. Tap the heel on the left side. for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you're going to push into your left foot, right shoulder, diagonal piece of support. You're going to lift your right leg up into tabletop and tap the toe down and lift it up. Tap the toe down. Keep pushing into left foot, right shoulder for 4, for 3, pelvis stays still, for 2, squeeze the bum cheeks together, 1, lower on down, take a tiny break, push into both feet to lift the pelvis, right foot, left shoulder gets heavy, lift that left leg up, tap the toe down and up, right foot is pushing hard down, shoulder is hard into the mat, diagonal piece of support for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Excellent. Lower on down. Last little bridge series. Push into the feet. Lift the pelvis up. Make sure it's level. So if you find you're tucking your tailbone, push your pubic bone away to keep a small little curve in the low back. I want you to come halfway down and up, halfway down and up. Finding a more glute engagement. My bum cheeks are squeezing together, not under. I'm pushing into my feet, and I'm pushing, for me, my pubic bone away a smidge. We're doing a small little pulse here, okay? We're going to go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up. I'm going to do a small rotation. I'm going to drop my right hip down a smidge, lift it up, drop my left hip down, lift it up. Right comes down, left comes down. We are not moving the thigh bones. My knees don't really move, okay? So it's a very small rotation. My low back is supported by my belly button pulling downwards. My glutes continue to squeeze together. We're going to go for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Good. Lower on down. Excellent. From here, legs are going to come into tabletop. You're going to level the pelvis, little curve in the low back. Breathe in, bring the ribs down. Excellent. We're going to extend the right leg away and then bring it back to center. The left leg away, bring it back to center. Nothing moves except for that thigh bone in the hip socket, right? So I'm not moving my pelvis to extend my leg. My pelvis stays perfectly still and level by activating my low belly and belly button to spine, okay? Now my rib cage, which wants to pop up towards the ceiling, needs to be super heavy. So I should feel this movement from basically my ribs, upper ribs, abs, obliques, all the way to my pubic bone, working to stabilize my spine in neutral and my pelvis in neutral. For 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Excellent. Feet down, tiny little break, okay? Breathe in, okay? Get all the ribs down, little curve in the back. Both legs come back up into tabletop. I want you to do double extension. So both of them are going to go away from the body. If you can't do 2 at the same time, you keep with single, or you do it really small and then bring it back in, okay? So we extend, both legs extend, okay? And then come back in. We're doing a little extension. It doesn't have to be low. It can be on a higher angle and then back in. I want you to think about that pelvis. It doesn't move. It's anchored. Low belly in. Bring the legs back in. We're going to go for 3. Extend. Ribs stay down. Neck's not working. Shoulders away from the ears. 2. 1 more. Extend those legs, belly down, pull it down. Okay, bend the knees. Hands, or feet down, excuse me. Hands come behind the head here. We're going to do a small ab curl. We're going to bring both legs into tabletop. If both legs into tabletop is becoming too much, keep your feet on the ground. So notice if your hip flexors and your thighs are working too hard, okay? So you can always take a little break, or you can bring one leg up at a time. So ab curl, legs in tabletop, pause. All I'm going to do is that ab curl and then lower down. So legs stay in tabletop as my eyes look on my breastbone. My shoulders stay away from my ears, and I should feel my upper abs working. If I don't feel my upper abs working so hard, look lower. Tuck the chin in before you curl, okay? We're thinking about curling all the way up and uncurling to come down. We're not lifting. We're going to go for 3, We're going to go for 2. We're going to go for 1. Pause. We're going to do that little oblique twist, but we're not going to lower down. So we're just going to think about moving our rib cage, not our arms or our elbows or our shoulders. Arm bones don't move, ribs move. We're going from left to right by keeping that little curve in the low back. Pelvis stays anchored to the mat. Tailbone is anchored down. Good. We're going for 5, 4, 3, belly button to spine, 2, 1. Good. Lower on down. Excellent. So I'm going to get you to roll over onto your right side. Okay. If you have your pillow, put your pillow underneath your head. So you can take that pillow, put it underneath your head for some support, which is actually really nice. Take a nice long top leg. You're going to lift that leg up. I'm just going to scooch up here. You're going to lift and lower that top leg for me. So I want you to feel for the hips staying stacked. There's a little space between that oblique and the mat here, okay? Actually, I'm going to get rid of that. There we go. Eyes are up, shoulders away from the ears. So you're nice and straight, okay? So notice if you're in like this question mark position, try to really straighten up your upper body. Lifting and lowering that top leg. I really want you to straighten the top leg, and I want you to think it's straight and it's in line with my hip. If it's a little bit forward, you might feel some more hip flexor and quad trying to work. If it's a little bit back, well, you might feel some more kind of rotation, okay? So I want it nice and straight and in line with the hip. When you look down, you see maybe the tips of your toes, maybe the top of your foot, okay? But you don't see your whole leg in front of you. So up and down to start. We're gonna go for 5, a little higher than the hip height, but not too high. Hips do not rock. 2 more, lift and lower. You're gonna hold it up on this one. Hold it up, okay? Straighten the leg, put on the quad to lift the kneecap. Now you're gonna come halfway down and up, halfway down and up, down and up. At no point does my pelvis move. It is the thigh bone moving in the hip socket, halfway down and up, halfway down and up. You should feel side bum into hip, okay? We're gonna go for 5, 4, 3, we're going right into circles, 2, 1 more, hold it up. You're gonna circle the leg really small but strong around, okay? So you're gonna think about, as I circle, I do open my thigh bone a little bit, and that is fine. That allows the leg to circle. I want you to think about bringing that leg back past the hip with the hamstring and glute max, so really squeeze once you get to here, okay? And then sweep down and around, up, back, down and around. You're gonna go for 3. Okay, so we're working that thigh bone in the hip socket, but the hips aren't moving. Mine are. Oops. 2. Okay, hold them still. 1. Now we switch directions. We sweep down, back, and around. Down, back, and around. Good. We're going to go for 4. Hips stay still. Low belly in. 3. Okay, bottom leg's probably trying to work to stabilize. 2. Bum is really working, hip is working. 1. Good. Okay, relax that leg down. Excellent. Okay, from here we're just going to swing over and do the opposite side. Bring your pillow with you if you need it. I'm just going to go on my bottom arm. It's a little more comfortable for me. Okay, low belly in, lift and lower that top leg. Eyes are straight forward. We're thinking about hip and bum. Okay, that hip does not move as you lift and lower that top leg. So feel for that hip shifting even a millimeter. Try to really hold those hips steady. We're going to go for 5, then we have a little pulse. 4, down all the way and up. 3, 2, 1. Hold it up, okay? Now you're going to come halfway down and up, halfway down and up, halfway down and up, This side is not fresh. Halfway down and up, halfway down and up. We're gonna go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Circle the leg. Okay, you can open the leg as you lift it up and around. The knee comes back to facing right in front of you. That is fine. You're thinking side bump as the leg sweeps back, down, and around. Can you fire up that hamstring and glute max more? Just squeeze. Think about squeezing it as that leg comes back. We're going to go for 3, 2, 1. Opposite direction. Down, back, and around for me, or whatever direction you weren't doing. Okay. Really keep the hips nice and steady and still. Moving just the leg bone. There we go. We're going for 4, 3. It should be working. 2. Hips do not move. Low belly in 1. Sweep down, back, and around. Excellent. Perfect. Okay, from here you're going to swing yourself up. You're going to come onto your knees for me. Right arm comes up and over. We're going to do a little side bend. Left arm comes up and over. One more time. Breathe in and out. Good. You're going to grab the pillow. We're going to come towards that sitting position. Okay? Squeeze the pillow with those inner thighs. Flex the feet. Sit up nice and tall. We're going to do a half roll back. Okay, so arms are going to be crossed across our chest, shoulders down away from my ears. My ears are back in space, so my chin is tucked in. I'm going to think about tipping off my tailbone and curling down to go backwards in space, creating this lovely little C position. Breathing in, stopping when I can't go any further. My feet don't pop off the mat. Pause. My belly button continually pulls in towards my spine to make myself this lovely C position. Then I'm going to come back up. Good. Tuck the tailbone under, curl back and down. We've been doing these. These should feel strong and good. Come back up from the top of the head. Okay, curl to come down, excuse me. Pause. Flex the feet, low belly in. Pull the belly button to spine, shoulders down. Come back up. Arms are going to come into this beautiful, lovely little ball position as if you're holding a big beach ball. Shoulders away from the ears. Tuck the tailbone under. Come on back. Okay, pause. From here, you're going to open up that right arm. Eyes follow, ribs follow. Come back to center. Then you're going to open up that left arm. Eyes follow, ribs follow. Come back to center. Keep pulling the belly button towards the spine. Keep flexing the feet as you alternate the arms, shoulders down. I want you to open the arm and move the breastbone and the rib cage to activate those obliques. Okay, rectus abdominis is working to hold you here in this lovely curved position. One more each side. Breastbone follows the arm. Pull the belly in. Then come back up. Good. We're going to curl all the way down. So we're going to curl down slowly, 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 slowly. So low back touches down. Ooh, squeeze the pillow and come back to the mat. Excellent. Okay. Get rid of that pillow for now. From here, hands are going to come back behind the head. Legs come into tabletop. You're going to do that ab curl. Breathe. Exhale. Now, my pelvis is anchored to the mat. I have a little curve in my low back. Both legs are going to extend out in front and then come back to center. Both legs are going to extend out in front, come back to center. My eyes stay on my breastbone. I keep pushing my breastbone back behind me. I extend my legs, but my hips don't move. My pelvis doesn't rock. We're going to go for 3, extend, nice and strong. We're going to go for 2, extend, nice and strong. 1 more, extend, excellent. Bend your knees, uncurl, bring your legs to about the width of the mat and just do a tiny little windshield wiper, okay? Little windshield wiper. I'm going to start to take my hand away from supporting my head. If it's too much for you, you don't have to do it. You can keep your hands back behind your head. Be mindful that tucking your chin in should help support your neck. You should feel work in the front of the neck, but not in the back, okay? So the hands behind the head, legs come back up into tabletop. Again, if legs in tabletop is too much, you can go one leg at a time, okay, with the extensions, or you can keep your feet on the ground. It's not a big deal. Here we go. Eyes on breastbone, do that ab curl. Making sure that the pelvis is level. Then lift one leg into tabletop, the opposite leg into tabletop. We are going to extend the left leg and the left arm. So left leg, left arm, back to center. Okay, right leg, right arm, extends, back to center. Good. We're going to keep doing this. So we're extending one leg and one arm. One leg and one arm. Good. We're going to go for, let's go for 4. Eyes on breastbone. 3. Pelvis doesn't move. 2. Keep curling from that upper spine. 1. Uncurl. Feet come down. One more little variation. I want to take a tiny break from this. Legs are going to come back up into tabletop. You're going to do that ab curl. Good. Ab curl on. Eyes on breastbone. Little curve in the low back. Excellent. We're going to extend both arms and both legs. Both arms. Back to center. Do it again. Extend. Pelvis doesn't move. Knees bend. Arms extend. Legs extend. Pull the belly button down. Eyes on breastbone, keep going for 4, for 3, for 2, one more. Excellent. Uncurl. Take a tiny break here. Good job. I'm going to get you to flip over for me. Okay. We're going to come onto our hands and knees. I'm going to get you to do cat-cow. So you're going to drop your head, tuck your tailbone, pull the spine up between the shoulder blades here. And then uncurl. Tailbone shoots back behind you, little curve in the low back, top of the head goes towards the wall. Try to shift the breastbone forward just a little bit. And we do it again. So tuck the tailbone under, head drops down towards the floor, eyes come up. Excellent. From here, guys, we are going to come into a little bit of a plank position. So we're going to come on down to our forearms, okay? We're going to come and shift our feet back just a little. I want you to move your bum down in that nice long line position. Breastbone is up, tailbone's not tucked, low belly in. I want you to extend the right leg out back behind you and pause. From here, I just want you to tap the toe down and up. Tap the toe down and up, down and up. So my hips don't move. My body is strong. My leg is really long and reaching, okay? Pause with the leg in the air. I want you to do a small little circle. Small little circle, and that circling of the leg is coming from the hamstring and the glute. Low belly keeps pulling in, pelvis doesn't move. Opposite direction, circle, circle, circle. Good. Leg down, switching legs. Left leg extends, okay? Untuck the tailbone, pull the breastbone up away from the floor, low belly and lift and lower the leg. Lift with a nice, long, strong leg. And you feel for hamstrings and glutes working to lift that leg. Now lift the leg up, do a small little circle. Circle. Okay, opposite direction. Circle. One more, bend the knee, put the leg on the ground. Push back into child's pose, give yourself a tiny break here. Good work. From here, you're gonna flip back over again. You're gonna curl on down, so last little curl down. We're gonna take our time, arms are out in front. Slowly curl yourself down, pull the belly button in towards the spine, okay? Spine is touching down. Excellent. You're going to settle on your back here. Okay. Legs come up into tabletop. Arms are down by your side. Pause, okay? Find that nice neutral spine, ribs are down, little curve in the low back. You're gonna extend both legs away from you, both legs go away, pause, okay? Now you're gonna open those legs and close the legs. Open the legs, close the legs. Open, close, for 3. Belly button pulls down, 2. Ribs stay down on the mat. Bend the knees, put the feet back down on the ground. Good work. Okay, we're gonna add on, shoulders away from the ears. Find the rib cage down on the mat. Okay, level the pelvis, legs back up into tabletop. Both of them are gonna extend. Pause. Now you're gonna open those legs and do small little circles one direction. Small little circles one direction. I don't care which direction, but the only thing moving and that you're feeling for are the leg bones in the hip sockets. One more, pelvis doesn't move. Good, bend the knees, bring the feet back down. So you need to feel for if there's even the slightest little lift of that tailbone coming off the mat when you circle those legs. You need to feel for pulling the low belly down to cement that tailbone down so that the pelvis doesn't move. We're gonna go the opposite way with our legs, okay? So legs come into tabletop, low belly comes down, belly button to spine. My ribs are cemented to the mat. I'm extending my legs. I'm opening them. Now I'm gonna circle the opposite direction that I did last time. Okay, so I'm doing my leg circles, but it's just the thigh bones moving. My pelvis doesn't tip. So slow the circles down for 3, for 2, for 1. Excellent. Bend the knees. Put the legs back down on the ground. Take them and windshield wiper them just a little bit. Okay. Breathing in. Excellent. I'm going to keep my feet down on the ground. Okay. So I'm going to give my legs a little bit of a break. And in fact, I'm going to do a couple of bridge here just to kind of release my hip flexors and my thighs a bit. Okay. So I'm trying to feel for hamstrings and glutes. I'm pushing hard down into my feet. My feet are lined up with my hip bones, so it's fairly narrow, and I'm lifting my pelvis up towards the ceiling, then lowering on down. So just a couple of bridges here. For 3, for 2, for 1. Okay, keep my bum on the ground. Hands come behind the head, shoulders away from the ears. Elbows in my peripheral vision. I'm going to come up into ab curl, and I'm going to hold. I'm going to take both arms away, but I have to stay curled, okay? So ab curl, eyes on breastbone, little curve in the low back, arms come away. I'm going to circle my arms out and around, but I keep in this beautiful ab curl position, and I do not flatten my low back. My arm bones are moving, but that is all that's really kind of moving here. For 3, there is some movement in my shoulder blades. 2, okay, 1, hands come behind the head, uncurl. If it's too much on your neck, you do one arm at a time. Eyes on breastbone, curl on up, okay? Keep that chin, double chin tucked in. Arms come out, we do the opposite direction. You should feel for side line of the body, helping you move your arms out and away from the body, okay? So let the obliques work, pull the belly button down. 1 more, uncurl. Excellent. We're going to put this all together, okay? If it's too much, too big, too fast, too hard, you take your time and you do it piece by piece, okay? So here we go. We're going to bring our hands back behind our head, our eyes on our breastbone, okay? We're going to pause in that ab curl. So those upper abs are working, pushing that breastbone back in space. Now legs come into tabletop. It's a big move. We're not going to spend a lot of time. Legs extend, arms extend. I'm going to open my arms and my legs and make little tiny circles, but I'm not going to move my pelvis, and I'm going to stay in that ab curl. Good. We're going to go for 3, for 2, for 1. Excellent. Bend the knees, uncurl. we're going to do the opposite direction, okay? So breathe in. Eyes on breastbone, curl on up. Keep that ab curl. Little curve in the low back, pelvis is level, legs in tabletop. I'm going to extend my legs out, arms out. Now I'm going to open them and I'm going to circle inward and then away from my body. Doing the opposite direction of what I just did. Okay, pelvis doesn't move. I keep trying to pull my breastbone back behind me. For 3, for 2, open the arms wider. For 1, open, good. Bend the knees, hands behind the head, uncurl, feel on the mat. Excellent, okay. We're gonna bring our arms up towards the ceiling. Hands together, and we're gonna rock our rib cage one direction, and the opposite direction. Shoulders are away from the ears. Taking a nice big breath in. Hips don't move, knees don't move. It's a nice massage for the back of the ribs. Excellent. Good. From here, arms are going to come down towards our hips. Legs are nice and wide as your mat. You're just going to scissor or windshield wiper the legs one direction and the opposite direction. Okay. It's very gentle. We're going for 3. We're going for 2. Breathe in. We're going for 1. Excellent. You're going to just let those legs go long in front of you. Okay? You're just going to move the legs and the thigh bones in towards each other and away from each other. And when you're ready, you're going to come onto your left side. You're going to come on up to your knees. You're going to take your time. We're going to do that side bend one more time. So reaching up with that arm, let the right ear drop down. Breathe in. Back to center. Arm comes up and over. Try to reach the rib cage up towards the ceiling and over with the arm. One more time each side. Arm comes up and over. Shoulder stays away from the ears. Breathing in. Fill up those lungs. And let it go. And you are done. All right. I hope you had a good time and you felt some abdominals and you felt some hips. I will see you next week. Have a great day and have a great week. Thanks.